Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Becoming a Hero in Company of Heroes 2. My name is ATR, and today we're going to be seeing some 1v1 multiplayer action played by me. Now, this is a special feature as it is a double feature, which is going to show, spoilers, how something can go really well, and then how it can go well and then really, really bad really quickly, right? So, once again, we are approaching the last of the episodes of the Airborne Doctrine being featured in my play. And probably, the end of Becoming a Hero for a little while I, start kicking up again the casting into gear. So anyways, we see, rear echelons playing out, getting myself my rifleman, everything in order. We are in Colonni Ferma, and I am going to be focusing on the northern side. Because, well, I don't like going south, even though the field is closer to me, because, well, you have that big ol' ugly cutoff that is very easily harassable. And, well, I decide to instead go to the north and then push down to the south as my second objective. But, well, there you go. So I send my echelons up to the north to go capture that point. I get them right there at the edge. Riflemen are coming up behind them, so I want to have all my troops together. Second Rifleman squad is already there, so I'm going to send it up to the victory point while my guys together take the munitions. And I can see now on the map that he is in fact capturing the point, so I'm going to push forward. His pioneers are going to try and move to deny me the point, but, well, with both of my troops right on top of him, then I am going to be winning the engagement. I pop my echelons into the house to get a little bit more vision, and just in case he was moving over there, and he gives out an LOL. So, riflemen win the engagement there, so I'm going to send them off into the center. While my other riflemen are capturing, I'm building my third squad, and everything seems fine. At that point, I wasn't quite aware what he was LOLing about, but so I throw him a question mark. But he, well, doesn't answer. So, everything good so far. I'm capturing the center and going to be able to capture pretty much the entirety of the north. So, I'm sending the echelons into the center to support my riflemen. The third rifleman squad is out, so I'm going to be sending that down to the south. I can see right there at the edge of the map that he is capturing this point. You can see it right there. And I pop those riflemen inside and managed to spot a squad going up to the north. So I am going to pop my riflemen out and chase down that squad, because I have another squad up in the north capturing the fuel point. So I'm feeling like that is a good idea. I did not send the third rifleman squad down to the south by mistake. I was supposed to, but I didn't change the Q point. So the Pio squad is going up north, is going to run into that rifleman squad, going to get beaten up and forced to retreat. Both rifleman squads going to get some nice shots in there and do some damage. The other rifleman squad does run into a grenadier squad in the center of the map. Does inflict a little bit of damage there to my squad, but since they are at close range, they managed to win the engagement. And the echelon troops are capturing the point right outside of his base. So over here, down to 1 point, he decides to not retreat that grenadier squad and ends up losing it. So a nice little victory there for me. So now I'm going to go recover that strategic point that he caught. And I am, well, pretty much capturing everything right now. Once again, I get my ambulance out, and I do have a little bit more command points than other times, and I'm very near that 1 point. And should be able to get myself those Pathfinders, but the Pathfinder is going to take a little bit longer. So, I have the north pretty much in my control. The furthest north point is not currently capped, but I don't feel that I need to cap it, at least not desperately. So echelon squad set up in the frontal house, and grenadier squad from him is going for my cutoff. The rifleman squad is forced to retreat, and the ambulance is not going to, get shot. I decided to back it off. So again, that's why I wasn't going south, because he is harassing that point, but I don't have any points down south, so I don't really care. But since that's where he is, I'm going to go engage him. Pathfinder's now on the field, coming up from the base. I am sending my troops in there to get a nice little flank on him. Rifleman squads moving in together right on top of the Grents, and I notice that there is an MG42 right on top of it. The MG42 is backpedaling and trying to set up. Riflemen are going to push forward and get themselves past his arc of fire. He throws out the GG. I hesitantly throw out a GG. Get my rifleman behind that. The Pathfinder's also there for support. And he says, totally spammed. So, Not exactly sure what he is complaining about. It is 3 riflemen, which is what I say. But at that point, he just drops from the game and ends up getting killed, and we win. So it went pretty well and pretty quickly.
The battle is ours.
So I'm not too, you know, worried about him whining about spam. I mean, 3 riflemen is hardly spam, and I was using them in the right places, at least in that match. So pretty happy with that. Now for the second one, we're going to be fighting in Road to Kharkov on the southern point. Once again, same build order, nothing really changes. And this time we are going to be going up against the Overcommandos, the OKW. Now, against the OKW, I know that I am at a disadvantage on close range with those Storm Pioneers, so I have to be very careful in picking my fights, and my rifles need to be supported pretty much at all times if I can. So I start off sending my troops to the left. I want to capture that fuel, want to capture these parts, you know, as soon as possible. And my rifleman squad will move in to support. I wish there was a way to actually speed it up, but not skip ahead. But with the way that I'm using this, I don't actually get that option. I can skip and go back, but I can't accelerate just double time, so whatever. It's fine. I'm going to sneeze in the meantime. Sorry about that. Took me a little bit because I was expecting a second sneeze, but it never came. Okay, so anyways, second rifleman squad is out, and I am going to be sending them all again to the left-hand side. The third rifleman squad is the one that I'm sending in a different direction, which I maybe shouldn't be doing, but I feel like, you know, why not, right? I don't know, maybe. Excuse me, drinking some water there while things get underway. If you notice, I was a little bit hesitant with that rifle squad as to where to send them, because I want to capture this point in the center. Not the victory point, you know, the strategic point right there, but I wasn't sure what to send that way to capture. So I'm figuring, that's fine. I'll just send everything to the very edge and, you know, like go like this and then make my way into the map while the other squad captures in this direction. So third rifleman squad getting produced. I'm going to be hitting the field rather soon. So I send these guys up here, send one squad over to the left, and follow them up with the rear echelon, because I do want to have my echelon squad nearby to fight, because that volley fire is really useful. Once again, it did get changed. Another patch happened. It happened today. I didn't play this when that patch happened. Like I said, I played these several days ago, but I was not able to get the recording done for the cast. But yeah, changes were made, and volley fire, I think, is a little bit better than it was in this patch that we're looking at right now. Regardless, I mean, it is a nice ability to be able to use, and with the airborne, you don't really use, at least not at the start, a lot of munitions, so it's a nice ability. So I go into the center, I see his Storm Pioneers, I activate the volley fire, and he instantly moves out of the way with his Storm Pioneers. Second Storm Pioneers squad moves in to engage. When the third one comes out, that's where I get like, oh shit, I'm in a bad spot here. I jump my rifleman squad to the other side of the fence and move my squads quickly out of the way. I'm getting beaten down, but I pop them into the house. I figured in there they'll be able to stay defended. Storm Pioneer squad does take quite a beating there, down to 2 men. And my guy's in the house. Now he closes the distance, and my other rifleman squad out in the open is getting beaten down. Down to 2 men. I decide to move it out of the way, down to 1 man, but still backpedaling. And I am going to pull my guys out of the house, taking a lot of damage, but not losing any of my squads. So while I cannot say that the engagement went perfectly, it could have gone a lot worse. I did suffer a lot of losses there. Pathfinder's now on the field since I took a lot of damage and gained a lot of command points. But I do have the ambulance on the field, so I decide not to retreat and just move them towards the ambulance as the ambulance moves its way there. I decide, well, I can set them up here to defend this point so I don't get cut off from my resources on the left-hand side and still just reinforce and heal up on the base. Pathfinder's moving there. We can see the rifleman squad up in the far north just capturing territory. It went for the victory point. Now it's going to go and try to decap their fuel. And I'm now getting the opportunity to reinforce on the fly. Should also be popping a heal right now. There we go. Heal pops, and I'm going to get the remaining troops from the squads healed up. So, yeah, I mean, I took some big losses there, but I feel like the engagement could have gone a lot worse. So I'm actually happy with that one, at least so far. But, yeah, I mean, Had it been only 2 Storm Pioneer squads, I think it would have been an okay spot, but the third one coming down from the edge of the screen that I saw, yeah, that one caught me off guard and could have gone very ugly very quickly. So Rifleman squad runs up, runs again into another Storm Pioneer squad. We still have our troops there for support, including a Pathfinder squad. So I am able to just simply move up and do a lot of damage there to the squad, inflicting a lot of damage down to one man. Hope that I get the kill, but I don't. I also go for another volley fire on that guy because, again, I have a lot of munitions and I don't really utilize them, not in the early game. At least not yet. Maybe in the future I'll change my play to include grenades early on, but for now I'm just doing it this way. So I win that engagement on the left-hand side easily because, well, there is only one Storm Pioneer. I get my captain ready to go as soon as possible so that I can get that Steward on the field. Riflemen over on the right-hand side instantly retreating as 2 Storm Pioneer squads are trying to chase them down. Jump over the fence there with my rifles, and I'm going to go into the center as a Pathfinder squad and a rear echelon squad is there for support. So if he decides to push with the Storm Pioneers, I think I have a decent base of fire down there to support. Even the riflemen in the center are going to move into support into the center. So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling like, yeah, it was a nasty engagement in the center early on, but since I didn't lose anything, I'm in a good spot. And now I'm getting shot at by something, which I don't know what it is. It is that artillery gun that they have. Not exactly a mortar, but, you know, more of an artillery gun. It's kind of like the one the US has. So I push forward with my rifles. I notice the gun, and I'm going to try to force it to move out of the way. And I do actually manage to do that as there are nobody there for support. I don't know what it's actually called off the top of my head, but, well, I mean, I don't really need to know what it's called to know what it does. So Storm Pioneers over on the right-hand side, moving into the center. Volley fire activated once again on those echelons. The riflemen are getting a lot of damage in on that Storm Pioneer squad. Storm Pioneer squad is forced to retreat down to one man. I don't manage to get the kill. Riflemen move over to the right-hand side to decap the point. More Storm Pioneers moving in, and the echelons are unable to use the volley fire there on these guys, although I thought that it was like a triggered effect. It's more like a duration. So you can actually switch targets, and it used to work. I think that's what was changed in the last patch. But there we go. Storm Pioneer squad down to one man, forced to retreat once again. So I'm feeling okay there. So I'm like, okay, well, the engagements have been going in my way very easily. Rifleman squad gonna run straight into the Storm Pioneer squad, forced to retreat. Big mistake there by me by getting them that close. But I still have a lot of troops on the field nearby for support. Storm Pioneer squad is forced to retreat as well as, well, there's 3 squads against it. Nice shot there by his artillery gun there. And, well, I just move out of the way and decide to start capturing territory on the right-hand side. So right now, I'm feeling rather well. I'm feeling good. The engagements have gone for the most part in my direction. And we have a lot of troops on the field. So I did take quite a bit to build something else, as I forgot. I was a little bit focused on the fighting. So I go straight for the Steward, skipping the AT gun. And I should also be dropping the machine gun, because I have enough manpower for it, and I haven't. Although I'm not entirely too sure where to drop it, so I figured, well, I'm capturing over here. I should probably drop it on top of the Echelon squad and pick it up over there. Unfortunately, though, I think, well, I mean, obviously that's not the main mistake, but I think not dropping that 50 cal machine gun a little bit earlier is pretty much one of the mistakes that I made. I didn't drop it because I only had 3 rear echelons there to pick it up, and if I had done that, I would have lost the squad. So I wanted to wait until it was in territory so I could pick it up easily and do that. But unfortunately there, I pick it up and I don't set it up. Like, that's the biggest mistake I made. I should have just simply set it up in an angle to cover that approach, because right now he's going to push with his Storm Pioneers. My captain, my riflemen, my pathfinders, they're all going to try and stop them. But I'm backpedaling now to get into range of the 50 cal machine gun. But the 50 cal machine gun, I'm barely picking it up now, and it's not set up. I lose my rifleman squad. My captain is also getting shot down. I'm trying to keep him alive. I retreat, but he dies. My pathfinders are unable to pick it up. I go forward with my ambulance right on top of it. I try to retreat my rear echelon squad and my MG42. My ambulance ends up going down, and I send my rifleman squad to the front as the Steward moves in and tries to engage. He does have one bazooka that my captain dropped, but what I figured, well, what I can do is I can simply just push the squad. I can't crush it, but as long as I'm pushing it and forcing him to move, he can't actually shoot with it. So while I did take a lot of losses stupidly there, I'm feeling like, okay, I think I can salvage this. He's taking a lot of damage with his Storm Pioneers. I forced the retreat of 2. One of them stays alive, and that's the one with the bazooka. And I'm just trying to push it, but unfortunate for me there, it manages to get a nice stationary position and gets a shot off. However, I'm still pushing it around now with that Steward. I get another nice shot in there. He is unable to get another shot off as I do manage to force him to retreat, and I get the kill and am able to pick up the bazooka again. So it went bad there, but I did manage to pick up the kill on the Steward and recover my bazooka. I lost the captain, unfortunately, but, well, things could be worse, and, well, things get a little bit worse real quick. I lose one of my rifleman squads. The other rifleman squad is forced to retreat, so I'm down to very low amounts of troops here, which is bad. So I'm having to build another ambulance, as I do need to have that mobile reinforcement. I sent the Steward forward so that it can engage those Storm Pioneers. Don't really have much to fear from Storm Pioneers. However, he does have, I believe, a way to get rid of it. Well, anyway, so the Storm Pioneers are still capturing the point. I'm still trying to dislodge them there. And I do force the retreat. Down to 2 men. Shots are flying at the Steward. Do I actually get the kill on this? Down to 1 man. I think I actually go for it since he's down to 1. His artillery gun is trying to get a kill there. More Storm Pioneers coming in. I get a nice shot there on one of them. I chase down that guy all the way into the base so I can get the kill, and I do pick up the kill on the squad. So while I did suffer a lot of losses, I'm thinking at this point, well, I may be okay. May not be too bad. I do take a little bit more damage there on the Steward as it moves into the base. But now I'm figuring, okay, well, I gotta take control back of the situation. I've taken a lot of damage. Let's drop some paratroopers here, get that bazooka in order, and there we go. However, in that time, I left the Steward right in front of the base, and I did not notice that, well, he was able to kill it. So my Steward is now dead, so I'm shit. So I don't have a lot. Well, my paratroopers are coming in. I have my 50 cal machine gun. The 50 cal machine gun just needs to move up and provide support. I do have the rest of the map, so I'm not that bad as far as shape goes. So if I can just hold on and make it so that I can, you know, get my tanks, especially the howitzer tank and such, I may still be able to pull this off. But yeah, a lot of mistakes have happened here. So I'm now getting my well, I think I'm trying to get it. I don't have it just yet, but I need to get my major. Again, I wish it would show up like right here with units so that you would know, but yeah, whatever. So his AT gun, which is what he brought in that killed my Steward, is brought in there for support. Storm Pioneers moving in, getting a lot of damage in on my squads. My Pathfinder's taking a lot of damage. My paratroopers also unable to do too much. And I am, well, basically forced to retreat. Big mistake there by me, not able to win that engagement. I should have been able to just simply throw a grenade with the paratroopers and do a lot of damage, but, well, that didn't happen. So my major is getting produced, should be on the field rather soon. I do have a lot of fuel, so that means I should be able to get the howitzer tank out very quickly. So, again, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling that I can potentially do this. The 50 cal machine gun is pushing up with the support of the ambulance nearby to keep it healthy. Getting these guys reinforced. And I'm getting an engagement up top. My 50 cal machine gun does manage to get a lot of damage there on those Storm Pioneers, but is now getting bombarded by his artillery gun. And I bring up the rear echelon squad to the north, but it ends up running into a Storm Pioneer squad, which is not in range of the 50 cal machine gun. I turned the 50 cal machine gun to be able to stop those guys, and the ambulance is not in range to provide support there for the 50 cal machine gun. The 50 cal machine gun does get them pinned down and forces them away. Getting reinforcements on that rear echelon squad, and heals also popped just in case. 50 cal machine gun forced to pack up and move back, getting reinforced, and my troops are now back to full strength, and I do have my major. So I figured, okay, well, I'll send the major up there, behind that hedge. I can set up a nice little command point behind this hedge right here. So I figured, yeah, I mean, that's a nice little angle there that I could potentially retreat to. But, well, we'll see what happens. And then I see that he's going over to the left-hand side to capture that victory point. So I figured, okay, well, I'll send my troops over there, try to engage his one Storm Pioneer that I can see there that's capping, and maybe get a nice, easy kill there. So the 50 cal machine gun once again pushes up and is getting artilleried once again. I'm getting that fuel point up in the north. And I send my troops to the center. I mean, I'm feeling okay since I have my paratroopers with the LMG. I have Pathfinders and Riflemen with the bazooka, so I'm feeling like that should go okay. 50 cal machine gun, able to get some damage in on those Storm Pioneers, so I move in the rear echelons to get some more damage on them. The artillery gun getting there, but over on the left-hand side, I am not noticing that I just lost my paratrooper squad. I am losing my Riflemen, and I'm also losing my Pathfinder squad because there were more Storm Pioneers than I thought. So I end up losing everything over here. And having lost that, I don't think I can do much else, so I just... I don't even GG that. Ooh, that was so BM of me.
We've been defeated.
So yeah, again, like I said, first game, everything goes really well. Second game, I feel it started really well, but then it went downhill. So, let me know what you guys think. Again, hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time.